When I was 15 going on 16, I grew 6 inches in 6 months. The doctor said it was intriguing. My parents said it was a miracle, and the kids at school literally didn't notice. But when my slightly attractive pediatrician at the Gunderson Lutheran, right next to the Walmart Supercenter, when he showed me the height chart for girls my age, I took a mental snapshot of the line that said average because I was average. Yeah, good. Take a fucking picture. Oh, I'll have you air that to me. Average mentally. Felt good. Physically, I felt fucking awful. I was like a geriatric toddler. I complained about aches and pains on the daily, going to sleep on what felt like a giant boulder resting on my tiny frame, just like Giles Corey in the book I was spark noting for English 11, The Crucible. Each morning, I would creep out of bed like an out-of-date war statue waiting for the day for cancel culture to come from my crumbling structure and replace me with a giant balloon dog. I'm sure my family was tired about hearing about my invisible problem. But to me, it wasn't an invisible problem. To me, it was attack of the 50-foot teenage girl smashing every car, building, and high school crush in sight. The pain eventually stopped when I bulked out to a whopping 5'3.5". I was proud of myself and my body. I had felt like I had achieved the unthinkable. That was until Dr. Hot Doctor. He told me the most terrifying sentence I would ever hear. He goes, yeah, that's the most she's ever gonna grow. My mom acted as if he had just said I was dying of terminal lung cancer. She goes, what do you mean? That's the most she's ever gonna grow. I mean, she's 16. Yeah, I'm sorry. But unless she has another miracle growth spurt, that's the most growing she's gonna do for the rest of her life. Okay! Okay, sexy.
She said, it looks, don't you think it looks a lot like rain? He said, isn't it? Isn't it just? Isn't it just like a woman? She said, it's hard. It's just hard. It's just kind of hard to say. He said, isn't it? Isn't it just? Isn't it just like a woman? She said, it goes. That's the way it goes. It goes that way. He said, isn't it? Isn't it just like a woman? She said, it takes one. It takes one too. It takes one to know one. He said, isn't it just like a woman? She said it. She said it to know. She said it to no one. Isn't it? Isn't it just? Isn't it just like a woman? Your eyes, it's a day's work to look into them. Your eyes, it's a day's work just looking into them.
Taking pictures. JK. I probably could have gone without being told I was never going to grow again. I was fairly distraught, but no one was more disturbed than my mother. As we drove home in my parents' Kia Sedona, she monologued angrily from the front seat while I gazed out the back window. She goes, "Oh, Gara, you have to drink more milk. I mean, I've never seen you drink milk anymore. When we get home, you need to drink a glass full-fat cow's milk." It's funny. Boomers literally believe that the world can be solved by two things: a strongly written letter to the editor and a glass of full-fat cow's milk. I wondered for months if that sexy doctor was right. Was I really never going to grow again? Was this the tallest I was ever going to be? Were my bones slowly shrinking to the size of a Polly Pocket because of a lack of boomer water? And why hadn't I gotten my period yet? The first girl to get her period in my grade was a girl named Brenna Herman. Real name. Brenna got her period in 4th grade and wouldn't let any of us forget it. My mummy, who was disgusted by any period talk, she told me that Brenna got her period way too early, and I would not receive mine until I was an adult. Well, that bitch was fucking wrong. The first day of what society calls womanhood was the worst day of my life. I got my period on dance picture day because of course I fucking did. Our dance rehearsals, they were held in a Catholic school gym, but I want to be clear, this was not a Christian dance program, no. My teacher, she was an alcoholic atheist from a town an hour south, and the Catholic school gym was one of the last places in town she hadn't told to fuck the fucking fuck off. After months of late rent, she was a visionary, a woman who cared more about teaching death drops to 12-year-olds than holding down a romantic relationship. She also swore like a sailor, and even once said, "This formation is more spread out than a whore's legs." An icon. I had felt weird all day. I spent the drive over screams singing to the Spring Awakening soundtrack and feeling what would be some of my first cramps. I was running late, so I ran into the dark sacristy. A sacristy. Oh, no, you're good. I just broke my leg. Shit, I did it again. I can't go on. I will. A sacristy, if you don't know, it's like a priest's green room. Yeah, it's where they go to warm up before performing Jesus mumblecore. Anyway, I was running late, so I sprinted into the sacristy. I could hear kids being dropped off for CCD outside. If you don't know what CCD is, I cannot help you. I ripped open my plastic costume bag. This year's costume was a white, bedazzled leotard with matching white gaucho pants because of course it fucking was. I pulled down my pants to put on my costume and I noticed something very strange, so I went into the priest's private bathroom to confirm what I thought was painfully true. I pooped my pants. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I pooped my pants, and even worse than that, I pooped my pants without even knowing it. Oh, God. Oh, God, God, God. God, if you're up there, I pooped. Shit, God, is that you?
Why, yes. It is me, God.
Why do you sound vaguely like the mom from The Incredibles, Scott?
Well, you know, when I'm appearing to closeted teenage girls, I like to sound like someone vaguely comforting.
Oh, that's really great. God, thank you. God, I did something really bad, God. I pooped my pants, God, on dance picture day.
Oh, shit. You didn't poop your pants. You got your period!
What? Oh, why the fuck did you do this? I mean, I'm sorry. It's just like, God, fuck you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I tried to have you get it an hour earlier when you were masturbating into that scene from the Black Swan movie. So.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you're just a big fan of the contemporary cinema. Is that it?
Yes, I really respect Darren Aronofsky's direction.
Sure.
God, who can I go to about this? I mean, I can't go to my mom. She hates talking about stuff like this.
I know, Gara. Between you and me, your mom wishes she didn't even have a body.
Hey, that's what I said.
I know, I'm God!
Oh, yeah. Shit. God. Will my mom ever understand me? A bisexual, centrist, cisgendered woman.
You know, Gara, it's probably gonna end up a little more complicated than that.
Why is it complicated?
Yeah, shit, I'm sorry. I gotta cut this short. I just have screwed over a lot of trans people. So I'm trying to make up for it with these little kind of chats, but...
Wait, I'm sorry, trans people?
Fuck, shit, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Wait, God? Are you there, God?
Hello. I'm making this video because I'm way funnier than Mackenzie, Talia, and Gabby.
I was.
Fine. And I don't even have to try. Yeah, and brunettes are way better at making videos than blondes, whatever color Gabby's hair is, and redheads, hinges. So, I will start off with a segment called Sounds of My Life, and you will laugh your head off. Because I spent like last night and this morning doing this. So you better laugh. And you better watch the whole video or I'm not gonna send you, not a candy bar, no, but a hug. Then I will personally deliver it to your house. Yeah, I will. And if you comment on this video, I will not only give you a hug, but I will compliment you in some way. Yeah, so just watch. Because I don't even need to try to be funny. I am funny.
Yes, I'm your angel. I'll give you everything in my magic power. So make a wish and I'll let it come true for you. Tra-la-la-la-la. You're my fairy. You gave me everything I ever wanted from life. Have I made a wish? And is that why I have you? Tra-la-la-la-la. We believe in pumpkins that turn into princess, and frogs that turn into prince. We believe in moons that smile to us when we hurry home before the midnight strikes. Tra-la-la-la-la. Yes, I'm so pretty, you're so dizzy, and we're so happy. Every day, let's make a wish and let it come true for us. Tra-la-la-la-la. I'm in your pocket, you're in my locket, and we're so lucky. In every way, we make a wish and let it come true for us. Tra-la-la-la-la. We believe in houses built in the sky, a love that lifts us high. We believe in the sun that looks over our shoulders and brings our shadows together. Tra-la-la-la-la. Yes, our hearts are one, our bodies too, and it's so good. Every time we make a wish and let it come true for you too. Tra-la-la-la-la. Happy birthday, my love, I'm your angel. I'll give you everything in my magic power. So make a wish and I'll let it come true for you. Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
When you were a girl growing up in these beautiful United States, you were sorted into two categories. You were either a girly girl or you're a tomboy. Yeah, you either like to play with webkins and secretively watch Gossip Girl, or you like to stick your feet in places where they shouldn't be. I was a tomboy, but also I wasn't a tomboy. I exclusively wore plaid cargo shorts and Bobby Jack shirts. Yeah, if you don't know who Bobby Jack is, just think of like a really cool guy. Like, you're really like cool monkey guy. And Bobby Jack shirts, and occasionally even like to sport bright blue tights I bought at Baby Gap at soccer sleepovers. Well, my friends, while they were discovering makeup for the first time, I was in the corner in a makeshift goatee and mullet pretending to be Bret Michaels in a Rock of Love bus. My absolute weirdness was labeled as tomboy. Do you guys have to do like the second one? That was kind of like overkill. Okay, sure. Okay, well, we'll talk later. Someone's getting fucking fired. Okay. And as I got older, I started to hear that word more and more, so I leaned into being a tomboy. Tomboy seemed easy, though I was quickly proved wrong. The girls who were tomboys, they did it flawlessly. They were an A-squad basketball team, and I am multiple guys in MSN. At parties, they wanted to play kick the can and mash, while I would rather play orphan fairies who lost their parents in a tragic train accident in the 1940s. I watched as my friends who used to like making up sexy dance videos to the Moulin Rouge soundtrack and play Cheetah Girl Spies, yeah. A game where we were Cheetah Girls, but we were also spies. I watched as they started to go to the river with boys and hang out in the lobby of basketball games sitting on each other's laps. Man, straight girls love sitting on each other's laps. My face was one of my biggest confusions. I never dared wash it. My mother, she got acne in her mid-20s. This seemed to be a pattern on her side of the family. Carefree girls blissfully frolicking through their high school years until they get married at 25. One more time. 25, and realize youth isn't something you can buy with a coupon at TJ Maxx. When I hit high school, I became horribly embarrassed by my mother's skincare methods. She would beg for me to wash my face with the same Walmart brand bar of soap, the orange tinted one. It's their natural hair, can you believe it? And cover up my zits with a Clearasil stick that was way too dark for both of our faces. My mom didn't view me to be a tomboy at all. I don't think she really viewed me. Period. She was too worried, wondering what people would think having a daughter who slurped lemonade up her nose and peed on her hand once. Just to see how it felt. Don't snap for that. It felt weird. This kind of goes without saying, but my mother was, are we doing this? Okay, great, you're gonna do it? You're gonna do it? Okay, this kind of goes without saying, but okay, we're doing it. This kind of goes without saying, but my mother was popular. Growing up, good job, girlinas. No one's getting fired today. My mother was popular growing up. She was a cheerleader. You're right, photo moment to airdropping later. She was a cheerleader with a rockin' bod and him a boyfriend, my dad. She liked dancing on tables at parties, and I even once heard an infamous story of her ending up on some guy's shoulders at a Styx concert. Put me down. Thank you, guys. I know that kind of hurts, so I appreciate that. No, then I say, I know that kind of hurt. You say, no, it wasn't that. Whatever. Someone's getting fucking fired. I don't know what happened to my mom after she had kids. It's like she woke up one day and she became terrified of everything. Every move we made as kids was met with some trauma-induced anxiety attack, and we couldn't drink coffee in fear it would stunt our growth. We couldn't have a sleepover in fear we would be too loud. We couldn't bounce on a trampoline in fear our friends would bounce us too hard. and we would fly off, landing on a poorly placed rock, dying on impact. I think that's why my mom wrote children's books later in life, yeah. After a childhood spent under my mama's unbridled anxiety, she could rewrite our adolescence into perfect, tiny Dr. Seuss-style stories. My mom, she cared about my face. But even more than that, she cared about my hair. My hair was, let's cue the track. There's no track. We didn't plan it. My hair was one of my most prized possessions. Wish I knew to be true because I was voted best hair at Jake Ogden's 14th birthday party. I peaked, baby. The people around me, you're too much. They would remind me, get out of here. They would remind me of my perfect hair. And my mother, she would inhale the compliments like secondhand smoke, like every comment that was sent my way was meant for her and her pristine vagina that designed it. My mummy, she wanted my hair to be long. like Amish Kardashian long. My mama wanted my hair to be so long I would go into cardiac arrest from all the hairs that would get stuck on my tiny asshole. My hair was my mom's most prized possession. And because of that, I knew it had to be destroyed. I went to my local hairstylist, who is no stranger to my mom's pursuit of Rapunzel-esque style hair. She took one look at me and said, she's chewing gum. Oh, Gara, I'm not cutting your hair that short. Your mother would kill me. She's still chewing gum. Now she's smoking. She's not a normal smoker, so now she's coughing. You guys don't find this funny at all, but I find it hilarious. Your mother would kill me. I went full De Niro on her ass. I was like, if you can't get these things done with someone else, you're gonna have to do them yourself. I ran home, grabbed a pair of curved edge scissors because that's the only thing we were allowed to have in the house. I began chopping. At my hair. I had never felt so free. I finally understood what it must feel like to go skydiving or put a candle out on your tongue or date Billy Bob Thornton. It was such a rush. When the dust had settled and my Mennonite Ariana Grande hair was cut down to, well, I was going for Amelie, but it turned out to be more of a lesbian Lord Farquaad. I was satisfied. I hid it from her for 3 months. I'm not fucking kidding. I wore so many hats to a point she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you had so many hats." And finally, the day came. She burst in through my room at 3 a.m. because for some fucking reason, Midwestern moms have this sixth sense where they realize every secret of the world at 3 a.m. Anyway, she burst in. And she goes, "You cut your hair." I woke up knowing exactly what she was talking about. What? You cut your flippin' hair? Oh, God, she swore. She was pissed. I mean, what are you doing, Gara? Are you high? You're high, aren't you, on meth? Whenever we would do something my mom didn't like, she would accuse us of being on meth. But I would like to say, I couldn't get my hair cut downtown without her finding out. And she thinks I could somehow finagle meth. What are you doing, Gara? First you're cutting your hair, and then you're running off with some guy in a truck. Go back to here. To Midwestern mothers, running off with some guy in a truck, that was their worst nightmare. Well, that and somehow getting human trafficked at the Barnes & Noble parking lot on I-85. You cut your gorgeous hair, Gara. Your beautiful long hair. Oh, you look disgusting.
Oh, God, you look disgusting.
You look disgusting, Gara. I was disgusting. It's a god-awful small affair. To the girl with the mousy hair, and her mommy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen as she moves through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a saddening bore, for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools. As they ask her to focus on.
Who's in the best-selling show?
Thank you. Thanks, guys. The boobs. Those are good.
Yeah.
Them too.
No, really good.
Thanks, guys.
Nice job.
I
Really sexy.
Thanks, guys. I stood on the table.
I saw that. That was the first time you've done that.
The table was not sturdy. I will be talking to someone about that. In your Yelp review tonight, say the table that the dancer stood on was not sturdy. Someone's getting fucking fired. I love boobs. I'm the first one to say it. I love them. Boobs are fantastic. I can remember the first time I saw boobs, my neighbor Matt Coffey, real name. My neighbor Matt Coffey, he was in middle school and he was dating a high school girl. And they were notorious for getting kicked out of the local pool for making out in the deep end. Parents watched in horror as I gazed from afar. I had never seen anything like it. I finally understood what it must feel like to go skydiving. What am I doing? Shut up! I've never done that. Honestly, fun though, right? The Billy Bob Thornton line was kind of like, who's thought of that guy in a real long time? My God, what a man. What a manly man. You know, I do crazy things to Billy Bob Thornton. This is crazy because I'm from a town of 8,000 people, and he did date my cousin. And that was the talk of the town, let me tell you. I felt like I stumbled into a pop punk music video, except these boobs were completely real. I wondered if I wondered if someday I would get boobs. And then I prayed to God I wouldn't, because having boobs meant having to put them in things, stick them in a bra, fit them in a tight Aeropostale shirt, hide them in my marching band uniform. I dreaded all of it. So I leaned into using them as my party trick. Pulling out a boob at cross-country practice was my more cowbell moment. I deserved way more. More cowbell, okay. They're like, great show. They did a Christopher Walken impression, which was lukewarm. What if I did the rest of the show in a Christopher Walken impression? My boobs. They were. So stupid. The people giving me pity laughs are falling. I appreciate you. Thank you. I leaned into using my party trick, pulling out a boob at cross-country practice was my more cowbell moment. If I could use them, as prop comedy. Watch this. Yeah. In the boob. Here. Boob. It's like fushigi. 3 people laughed at fushigi. Okay, sorry, I'll get back to it. If I could use them as prop comedy, maybe I could learn to tolerate them more. My mom, she became terrified of me. She convinced me any questions about vaginal juices or sore nipples was disgusting, and you know what? I agreed. I did. I hated what was happening to my body. Every day, My mom watched me become more and more of a stranger, and every day I watched myself become more and more of a stranger. Though I was distraught by a little thing called gender dysphoria. And she was distraught because she could no longer control me. I was becoming my own person. Someone with fear and desire, someone with agency and beliefs. I remember my last day of being a girl. I do. It was a good day. My family was on vacation, which in the Midwest either meant the Wisconsin Dells or Chicago. I'm not kidding. You were either getting E. coli in an unsanitized pool at the water park capital of the world, or you were bored as hell at a train museum right across from Oprah's house. My family chose the former, the Wisconsin Dells, and my mom reserved an entire day to capture our picturesque time at the Great Wolf Lodge. She put us into optimum family uniform, blue jeans, white tee. I had gotten my white tee at a sex shop for nurses called Wet Seal. No one in the UK knew what Wet Seal was. It was terrible. They're like, oh, and the sea's wet, and it's a wet seal. Someone who went, no. It stops with the Christopher Walken. The t-shirt, was a low scoop neck white tee with puffy sleeves that when I wore it before my unfortunate boobage, I looked like a medieval choir boy whose testicles were chopped off to hit the high C and the Hallelujah chorus. When I wore it after I got my boobs, I looked like a child bridezilla who walked down the aisle to My Chick Bad by Ludacris. Guys, they didn't have Ludacris in the UK either. It's so sad. My mom put us into optimum family formation. Girls in the front, boys in the back, absolutely no touching. Just as we were about to take the picture, my mom noticed something. My freshly budded boobs popping out of my medieval boy shirt. She took one look at me and she goes, oh, Gara, didn't you bring another shirt? We can't take family pictures with you in that shirt. She began to have a breakdown. My dad tried to calm her. It's okay. No, Greg. No, it's not okay. She did this on purpose. You did this on purpose. You want to see the picture, don't you? You guys are fucked up. I saw someone in the back be like, show the picture. What are you doing? I'm a trans person. Fine. For the one person in the back. I'll show you the picture. This is the picture. Yes. Okay, it gets worse. Remember how I said my mom writes children's books? Remember that little part of the show? Yeah. Because if there's ever a mark of a good parent, it's one that writes children's books about her kids. I thought this picture was lost on a hard drive labeled 2012, the Dells. My mom, she gave us her book as a Christmas present. The people gasping, why wouldn't I bring it back to the... Imagine if I brought it up again and didn't fucking show you the book. I'd also like to say, when we were at the Fringe, take a drink every time I talk about us being at the Fringe. The Fringe Festival in Scotland. When we were there, they didn't have a projector. So I went to this like small town print shop in Scotland. And I got on like rolled paper the 2 pictures they're about to see. And I like to imagine these like grown men being like, oh, what's that? Is that their family? And they gender me correctly. Okay, whatever. Finish it. My mom gave us her book as a Christmas present one Christmas. And on the last page, at the very end of the book, was this. Oh, it's so bad. My mom had a random Russian artist illustrate her books, and this is how she drew me. Oh my God, you guys, this picture sent me spiraling. Not just because I was drawn like a fucking Pixar mom. But this was how I always pictured my boobs in my head. This pornographic Junie B. Jones. Thank you! In the fucking UK, they're just like, there it's called Johnny. Johnny B. Jones. I'm gonna get canceled, Just kidding. They don't do that there. They don't have ludicrous, they don't have canceling, they don't have wet seal. Okay, this pornographic Junie B. Jones was the dysphoria to end all dysphoria. It's like this random Russian woman could see inside my baby trans mind, and she goes, I know how you see yourself. After family pictures, I decided to disappear for a while. I walked along the perfectly paved golf cart roads, and I imagined unzipping my underboob and my flesh sacks, sliding down my tiny body. And that was the moment. That was the moment I knew I wasn't a girl.
If I were a boy.
Thank you so much to Caveat. Thank you so much to you guys. Thanks to my dancers. Okay, shut the fuck up. Turn it off. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you to anyone who fucking clapped. Get the fuck out. Are you kidding me? You would believe that? Was anyone like, it was great up until this point, until they ended the whole show with, that was the moment I knew I wasn't a girl? Girl, you take a look at yourself. What has led up to this moment? If you're trans and you clapped. Okay, sorry.
If you're trans.
Okay. Did you clap?
I did. And I'm proud. And I'm trans.
Yeah, I'm good, babe. Did you clap?
Yeah, I clapped.
Okay, good.
You want me to stand?
No, I don't want you to fucking stand. They're already fired. You're still here. If you don't know, caveat, intellectual nightlife. You signed a thing when you got in here. It said, do you promise to be intellectual tonight? Damn, me and the caveat people, we're gonna laugh about that later. Okay, I love the tech guy. Okay, I'll finish it. Okay, I'm finishing it. If you don't know, it's usually not one moment, no. It's usually a lot of tiny little moments that break you down over time and make you realize your entire life's been a lie. But being who I am today and having all the therapy I've had, I realized that this was a big moment. So after a few hours of boob dissociation, I went back to my parents' hotel room And they had been looking for me all day. My mom yelled at me for ruining the trip, and I turned to her with tears in my eyes, and I said, I don't want to have my boobs anymore. I wish I could get rid of them. Oh, Gara, don't be so dramatic. When I came out to my mom, she had one thing to say. She said, what about my books? She said, what about my books? My books are supposed to be about a girl. What about my books? I wish I was a girl like in my mom's books. I wish I was a cartoon girl with bazooka titties. I wish I had long hair. I wish I had a mom best friend. I wish I smelled like roses and had a completely hairless body. I don't know who that Gara is anymore. But I know one thing for sure. She's keeping her feet out of places where they shouldn't be.
Call me a coward, I am. Lay me, I lie like I can. I taste your body in mine, but I might but that time I spend, I believe, I believe if you pretend. Is it enough? Is it enough? The kettle, the Christmas, the crime. Is it enough? The boogie, the bottle, the bad times. Is it enough? By hand, man on man, the master plan. Is it enough? The crash, the crane, pathetic, the walls, the waste, the well wishes and the race hate. Is it enough? Give me my wine, I've tried. Give me my salt, I've cried. Please, please, please give me a falafel. Everybody say me. Is it enough? No. No, it's not enough. Is it enough? No, no. I love you. I love you too. Is it enough? No. No. I'm making an album. I'm making an album and you're listening to it. I'm putting my heart and soul into my album. It's the culmination of a lifetime's creative work. Is it enough? No. Give me a stale crust of bread to around. Give me one more day on this earth. Is it enough?